Hello and welcome to AMZ TV. It's your girl Ameze back on your screen. And if you're watching this, of course, it's on AMTV. And if you're listening, it's on my podcast, Ameze Live. So guess who I have here with me today? He's a known figure. Many will say he's a public figure. That he is. He's known for movies like Face of a Liar, Time to Kill, Hand of God. He is the former president of AMP, Association of Movie Producers of Nollywood. And I like to call him Mr. Maverick. Please welcome Mr. or maybe I should say Chief Zik Zulu Okafor. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm excited to have you here with me, hanging with me today. That you could take time off your very busy day because you're a very busy man. You can't catch this man, he's busy. That's why I call you Mr. Maverick. Mr. Make Things Happen. Please don't act shy. I know you can talk, so how now?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm listening. Yeah.
Good. What's going on in Nollywood? What's new?
Well, nothing. Nigeria is part of the world. Nollywood is part and still. The productions are beginning to start, gradually. And then I will hope that in a few months, Nollywood will be, come back to be, what it used to be.
Yeah. Nollywood is gaining ground. But you know what? I'm glad you brought this whole lockdown thing up. How have you coped with that? How has that affected you personally? You, Mr. Maverick Zik Zulu Okafor. How has the lockdown affected you?
The what?
The lockdown, has it affected you? How has it affected you?
Affected me? Well, yeah, of course it affected me because there are a whole lot of things I was doing internationally, and then I had to suspend. They had to be suspended because of coronavirus.
Right.
We have to wait for it to go. Everyone's now looking at December, January, February for for proper takeoff possibly. Because I'm a media consultant. I'm a media person. I combine my Nollywood productions with my media outfit. I have a media company, the media intelligence, PR, and all that. All of them suffer the setback because whenever there are situations like this, the media is always the first casualty. So come on, drop it. You can do without media. Come on, drop it. So it affects us in so many ways. But when you are in this part, the COVID-19, we still try to do a few things. Whether in production, like, a few things you do in production outside filmmaking, and then media, you also do some little works. That's what it is. We are survivors. We are street soldiers. So we always have a way of doing it.
Yeah. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. So you're thinking that Nigeria has been through the worst? You think you've been over the hump and we're, getting better? You think so?
No, not yet. I don't think I have turned the corner yet because the numbers are still about the same. You get respite for 2 days, you see it low, and then it goes back high again. So we haven't gotten it right yet. We still but we're also thankful because it's not been dramatic. It's not been so tragic like you have in some other countries where the hospitals are overwhelmed, get some thousands of people, dying every week and all that. You still have just a few hundred and something people dying, and then the number of infections is still 45,000 or 48,000. It also boils down that I don't think they are testing enough. I guess by the time they improve on testing, we'll actually know the status quo, and then we'll know what we're doing.
Do you think, again, I just want to quickly ask this, do you think people are compliant with the directives from the government, from the government, the health experts? Do you think that's what's responsible for it?
Yeah. In some cities like Lagos, there's a consciousness within the within the metropolis and all that. But you get very worried if you go to the outskirts, people on the, on the edge of the city, you get worried because whether, especially the poor, those, on the lower rung of the ladder, I start wondering whether this does not affect poor men because they carry on, they don't even care. And they still carry on. I can't say whether it's the big men that face air conditioners that this really gets down. Because I see them drinking Ogogoro, they are knocking their heads, they're not wearing masks and all that, and they're all looking very strong.
And they're all thriving.
So you start wondering whether, but it will be ludicrous to think it's a big man's illness because it touches everyone. But over here, man, the poor people are carrying on. They don't seem to give a hoot. In the villages, it is worse. But in the main cities, towns, people are still trying to, be compliant, wear face mask and a little bit of a social distancing.
Interesting. One thing, just listening to you, takes me back because I remember when I met you a long time ago, you're given to big dreams, and I've come to find out you're a man that puts his money where his mouth is. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm so proud of you of all the things you've achieved. You have this confidence, you have a dream and you just go after it, so I just want to say kudos. You have made giant strides.
Oh gosh.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine, but you've made giant strides, after a time, when we weren't really in touch. And then I found out that you were the president of the Association of Movie Producers. I was like, wow, Zik, this is, you're very inspiring. Your confidence is very, very inspiring. So having said that, I would like, because again, you've been there, from the time, even before Nollywood as we know it today, the Nigerian home videos and what we have now. I would like you to kind of juxtapose them. What is the difference? What do you find? What tell me, do some kind of comparison for me.
What do you mean, comparison of the beginning and now?
Yeah, we could say old Nollywood, I guess, and new Nollywood.
Yeah, that is the funny, that's what some people call it. Well, I guess when Nollywood started, oh God, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're perfect. It keeps freezing. It keeps freezing. Something I expect that you should have fixed by now. We shouldn't be having this problem when we have people like you in Nigeria.
When Nollywood, you've got to that, Nollywood was like an accident. Nobody saw it coming. It was because of the series of military intervention in power and the economy, took a plunge for the worse. TV stations could no longer produce because there was no money. Then a man of modest education who was just a trader selling his tapes, but also he has the traits of a genius because he saw the law. He had produced a few Yoruba movies and then decided to do something in his language. Then he produced Living in Bondage. And it became a massive hit, breaking all language barriers. The success was what spurred the first generation of filmmakers. So for me, they took a risk. It was a plunge into some kind of darkness that they didn't know what he held for them. Some of us who were in NTA riding scrape naira for 90 naira to say if you are very good, we just took a plunge.
Yeah.
And then it turned out to become an industry. So it was an industry born in Nigeria, groomed, north and nurtured in Nigeria. Now the difference between what you see now and what was then was, first and foremost, they were inspired by a generation that suffered unemployment. 2, there was passion. 3, because it was new and it was exciting, there was cooperation. So that scripting goes through what you call script conference, a whole lot of criticism. You get, real critique of works before you rehearsal, before you film. It passed through what you could call professionalism, the way film should be done.
Right.
That's where it went.
Right.
So they grew with it. But what you see today is a different ballgame entirely. Some people don't even see the script until they get to location.
Wow.
Some people thought. But what they have going is that digitization is worked for them. And then now we have transited to having mega cinema houses. So that your films now, instead of going straight to the market, you're going to go to the cinema. After going to the cinema, you are selling to DSTV and some other TV stations before you now begin to think of releasing on DVD. Even now, no longer go on DVD. They just do the TV stations, DSTV, theatrical release, and that's the end. This is the meeting today, the meeting where I am now. They are looking at how to bring back a few things because Nigerians are not digitized. The Nigerian culture is not digitized. Nigerians are not digital people. The people that watch home video are the women, the men who are retiring, a few young people. So, but you see, so the larger population that watch Nollywood do not want to hold it tape on their handsets and watch it. They want to sit down and watch it on their screens. So the image of Nollywood films has dropped because they are not seeing DVDs and they can't watch on their phones. They're not going to download.
Interesting.
So that's what we are looking at of the DVD because you are losing money. You're not making enough money from the cinema. You got 50 films going to the cinema. You probably will talk about 5. That's a success story. The rest fail. So if that's the case, and the films that go to cinema are not more than 2 Nollywood films in a year, you can count them. They may not be up to 200, 300.
Wow.
So there's a need. So the meeting, why I'm in Asaba here, is because we are looking at the reconstruction of Nollywood to bring back the vibrancy and to bring back patronage and sales.
That is interesting. That is, I mean, no one's actually put it like that before. That, oh my goodness. So when you talk about revamping it, so you're thinking of bringing back DVDs, is that what you're saying? Because the world is going digital.
Yes, yeah, I'm saying yes. That the cinemas are there. They going a bit, going cinema. Yes, the internet is there for you to go to platforms. But we are saying that the population of Nigerians that watch films, that 10% of that population, I mean, not up to 10% of that population that that could download and watch.
Right. That's more of a
the young generation. People, perhaps 20% of them. So what do you do with the 80 that watch if they don't see DVD to watch? So that's the question we need to answer. We need to answer that question to be able to move forward. And the cinema culture is still largely elitist in Nigeria. It's not a place that you're going to see a poor woman going to cinema, except in the north, where the houses, go. They have cottage theaters, residential theaters where they are 10, 15 in a home to watch a film, 20 in a home to watch a film, 10 in a home to watch a film, and then they go to the slightly bigger theaters. It doesn't happen in the south. So you must say, so if they can come to the theater and they can download, we have to answer. And with a lot of candor, once we are able to do that, then we are ready to move forward. If it has to require a retrogression, and that's going back to revamp
to
the DVD, to bring back video parlors and video clubs in the hundreds of thousands, we'll do it. But because before now, in 2010, 2011, Lagos State alone had about 500,000 video club parlors. You won't believe it. And they were making about $7 million a week in Lagos State. But
So,
today you can't even earn 10% of that amount in Lagos State. So that means the business is on reverse gear.
mm-hmm.
And therefore, you must put the wage and ask questions. How do we turn it around so that it can move forward again? Those are the critical questions we are raising now. We have to find the answer and escalate it so that it will be embraced. And then we'll move forward.
Right, right. Because for one thing, 80% is too high to be that's a lot of money to be wasting. If 80% you're not able to reach 80% of the populace that watch movies, that's money being thrown away.
Of
That's
course.
not good. You know, I admire you so much. You're always in the forefront. You know, you're such a you push the envelope. You do. I've known you a long time, you know, and there are many times, of course, you've got the gift of the garb. Everybody knows that. And I love the way you're
I didn't say
explaining
it.
it. Huh? You do. You know you do that. He's got the gift of the garb. You know that. But you're a man of action though. And I've always known this about you. You know, some people just talk, but you're a man of action. And that's why I said you put your money where your mouth is. Now you've seen this void, you've seen this vacuum, and now you're in the forefront of trying to solve it. I think that's marvelous. That is great. Because, you know, the kind of thing I hear is that, well, way back then, there was always this division, I guess, between the marketers and the producers. I mean, they try to work together. But do you still have that now? Do you still have that divide there?
No, no, Nollywood was a very opaque business. It's not transparent. I always say that it's a voodoo business. You invest your money in a business, you hand it over to a man to market. There's no book for you to look at that you believe. So when I experienced that, I said, no, this is not going to work for me. I cannot continue. I had to stay back to redefine and re-strategize my destiny. It was very important for me. That's what I did. So, but you see, when you keep the people, it got to a point, you crippled the independent producers because you could no longer exploit their films. So you now have to depend on your own film.
Yeah.
So, but after a while as well, the marketers went down because the patronage dropped. But you see, today we have come to the stark reality that the industry that keeps all of us going is on a race into the abyss, and something had to be done. So what we have today now is a confluence of hope. The independent producers and the marketers, all of them coming together at a common table to redefine and reconstruct their destiny, because it's the only way to go. So there's a lot of candor, there's a lot of transparency. We all agree that we mismanaged our industry. And then you also see it as part of the body of the pioneer, because we did not have anybody to learn from. Right. Hollywood was a Nigerian made. It was a Nigerian. It was a Nigerian genius. So everything we did was ourselves. Today you've come to realize that you don't need to look for some Sesame Street to get results. So you need to work for it. We need to join hands to work together. That's the language we are speaking now, and everybody is understanding. And the moment we understand it and we are united, we're at a common table with a lot of frankness, then we're ready to go. That's why things are moving now. There's a lot of understanding, because everybody is almost, at the end of his wit. So you have to do something. And I believe that these 4 days we spend in here, for me, it's a long walk through the Golgotha. But at the end of the day, after Golgotha, there must be a light of a new dawn, a victory for everyone. Yeah.
And that's why I call you Mr. Maverick. You are. No, that's you are. One thing that I picked up from what you just said now, transparency. That was something that was really lacking. It was lacking back in the days, like you said, voodoo business. You hand them stuff, they give you what they give you. It's like just fishing in the dark. So whatever your fork hooks onto. I am so glad there's transparency now, because that's really important. And the fact that both sides on the aisle have realized that you have to work together to be able to make something of it. So that's
Yeah.
really cool. That's really cool. So I'm gonna ask you, which of your movies, what informs you, what catches you in a script? What makes you want to do a movie? Where does that,
I,
where does it come
I think it's always been about the conflict, the tweets. I
from?
like when you shock the viewer, but that's why I'm trying to remake my first film, independent film, that Haunted, which was played by RMD and then RMD and Tony right yourself. Now you see, conflict is when, for me, when you get the workshop, the listen you expect is what happened, as outcome of a conflict. Because
Right.
he saw that in that film, the
Yeah.
man needed to save his son's life. He has an egg that when I meet this boy, they say, meet him on this particular day before 8 o'clock. If you meet him, once you meet him, throw the egg, don't touch him, throw the egg. Once he hits his forehead, he will live again. Now the man comes from the village, encounters all sorts of obstacles before he gets to Lagos. And as he gets to Lagos, they say, don't worry, the boy is already a little better. He's done his wedding, he's headed to London. They're on the way to the airport. He says, no, I must see him. After so much, the man was running. It was 8 o'clock. By 3 minutes to 8, they hadn't met. 2 minutes to 8, they hadn't met. A minute to 8, 30 seconds, people saw their lights. You need to see when it was shown in the halls, because it was shown everywhere. People were screaming somewhere on their knees, praying to Lord God, this boy must not die. God, this boy must not die. So it was like 5 seconds when their cars met. And the man jumps out of the door holding the egg. The boy jumps out, Grandpa, hold on. He throws the egg and the guy ducks. When he threw the egg and the guy dodged and the people ran out of the hall. People were screaming maniacally. Now for me, that's shock. That's the kind of things I like to see. When you surprise me, what I did not expect, you make it happen.
Right.
That's a movie for me. Yeah, that's a Nigerian movie for me.
Yeah, the shock value. You like the shock,
Yeah.
the twist,
Oh, yeah,
the plot twist.
Yeah.
That's always, yeah, that I can see that. That's always nice. That's always nice. So which are your favorite movies? I know you can, some that I've just
Nigerian.
Nigerian, yeah, talking about, movies that you have made, your own movies. And if you like, you can add somebody else.
I don't watch. Yeah, well, I like Living in Bondage, as directed by Ramsey Noah. It was awesome. It was a total movie, well packaged. I have seen a few. Wedding Party was quite well packaged, exciting. I thought they set out to make a statement and they got it right. Wedding Party was very good. King of Boys, yeah. There are a few smaller films too that are very good that people do not really know so much. They are quite good. AY's was a film that I watched that as well. What's that title again?
Well, 30 Days.
AY's huh?
Is it a 30
AY? His last film.
Oh.
Huh?
No, I don't know. I thought you meant the 30 Days.
No. This one is, I watched it. It's fantastic. What's the title? Just these guys, all of them in white. Very fantastic film. It was very good. A few of them, but we are spending more time thinking of how to make the industry better, set a future that can work, and then we can leave the stage for them.
Nice.
My film ambitions now is not really typically Nigerian.
Oh, okay. You want to expand? If you care to. If you don't, we can let that go for another time.
I'm trying to do films. They'll be outside Nigeria definitely, and then you are looking at films that can play anywhere in the world.
And if there's one person that can do that, is you.
No,
it's because you put your money where your mouth is. You do. It might seem to some people that, oh, he's just talking. No, but I've known you over the years. When you say something, you do it. And that's saying a lot, You do.
I'm focused on it. No question about that. I expect the obstacles to come and they're coming, but of course, I know that I will surmount them. because I've already made a commitment, and so
Yes.
it has to work.
Yes. 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 I know you, Mr. Maverick. I know you. So, Mr. Maverick, you've been married for so long with lovely kids. Tell us, what's the secret to the success of that? Share it with my viewers and my
Is there
listeners.
any secret?
I
I
don't
just I think I married somebody who is my friend, and
know.
we're still friends. We are still friends today. I know we could be crazy, and we also have our misunderstanding, but it lasts a few seconds, a few minutes, and it's over. And we're just friends. The kids are growing up now. None of them is with us.
Yeah.
So some weekend we could just check into a hotel. You know, I think we're just having fun. That's for me. That's marriage. I,
Yeah.
I am I am very adventurous. My life is on the move, and then I keep my wife laughing every minute of the day. We are in the house
I believe
together.
that.
And,
Yeah.
that's my life because I always have one story to tell. And she'll be
I know you now. You always have one story or the other. You are very entertaining. When I say Mr. Maverick, I know what I'm saying. You're very entertaining. And your wife, because of course I've known her back in the day, even while you guys were dating back then, she's very, very reserved, very quiet. Maybe that's the kind of maybe that's the secret to the success. She lets you be. She lets you fly. You know what I mean? She doesn't try to curtail your
no,
excess.
no, no, no. She doesn't have time for such things.
She doesn't have
Doesn't
time.
have time to start thinking what they have done. Of course, her, her, her moral sense is sky high. Sky high. She expects you to live above board. She expects you to retain your sanity, even in the midst of insanity.
In the midst of the craziness.
Yeah. So I try to behave myself. That's very important. I try to behave myself. I am not part of the man. I am in Nollywood, but I'm not with Nollywood.
Very
So
good.
I like to respect my wife.
That's
Uh,
good.
so I try to draw the line because that's the only way our happiness will continue. She's quite reserved, and she's a serious corporate person. She works with the bank. She's always been she's always been a technocrat and all
Yeah.
that. So we try as much as possible. I try as much as possible to respect her. But the
Yes.
most important thing, what's kept us going most, is because there's nothing like the formalities of marriage. We are just two crazy people, doing crazy things. We can carry our bags and just go to anywhere. We don't care. Just go to anywhere. Sometimes we have a cook, a fantastic cook who can cook any kind of, whether local or international. So we just abandon all those things. Just go to some hotel to go and experiment, to some restaurant to go and experiment. So
That's the
that's the kind of adventure that
yeah.
characterizes our life.
Yeah. That's the romance, You got to do those things to keep the fire burning. I believe that. I believe that. So for we're winding down now. What is your
Yeah.
word? What is your advice to people
So
coming
we got
up?
last one.
Hello? Please don't freeze on me. What
Simple
is your
ones.
advice? Did you hear what I said? What is your advice to new and young producers coming up?
Advice to
Young upcoming producers, Well, what is your advice to them? People coming into this industry, the movie making it, the show business, you're a PR person also, media, visibility business. What is your advice to those coming up?
it is turbulent. We are, if you're determined. Did you get that?
I need you to repeat that because you froze. So what is your
Okay.
advice?
Yes. So I said that I always tell people that Nollywood is a long walk through the wilderness.
Ah,
It is turbulent. It can stretch your soul. But you see, in life, if you have to succeed, you have to work with grit and granite wheel. That's the only way. So you know that after darkness, there will be a glorious light of a new dawn. So Nollywood will task you, will tear your patience to pieces, but if you're determined, you have courage, and you have talent, you're going to get there. No question about that.
Lovely. That's nice. So never say never, right? Just keep trucking on. You know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Stop moving your phone up and down, Zik.
It's going.
Zik, stop fiddling with your phone. My God. Anyway, it's been.
Can you hear me?
Zik, I can hear you. Put your hand down and I can see your hand. Anyway, Zik, it's always lovely to talk to you. It is, because you have so much energy and so much excitement in you. It's so inspiring, you know. There's never a bored moment with you. I remember you from way back, you know. Zik can regale you with stories. He makes you laugh. Can you hear me? You can't hear me because you keep touching. Anyway, Zik, I'm about to sign off, okay? Thank you for coming. I appreciate you coming. Blow me a kiss. Blow me a kiss. Mwah, mwah. He's still fiddling. Oh, Zik. Zik. I'm going to lose him soon. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
That's okay. Blow me a kiss. Mwah. Go like this. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'm about to sign off. Mwah. All right. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. So, Zik is my friend. I've known him before we even got into Nollywood and what have you. Zik will keep you laughing. He's so entertaining, but he's a man with a heart. He's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man. I call him Mr. Maverick because he has all this I remember back then, you know, he says things, he's calling me. I'm going to pick this on camera. I know you couldn't hear me, right? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to put you on speaker so you can, hello? Yeah, so just, we're going to round up. I'm just going to say bye, and then you can say bye to my viewers, okay? So it was lovely talking to you, and I'll catch you on the other side, okay? So you can say bye now. Hello? Yeah. Okay. All right, Zik, bye-bye. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Nice to be on your program. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye. Oh my God. I love Zik. Zik is fun. There's never a dull moment. He said something about he keeps his wife laughing. That is Zik for you. You can't be mad at him. You really cannot. And he's so driven. But like I keep saying, he's a man who puts his money where his mouth is. You know, he tells you he's going to do something, he does it. You know, yeah, Mr. Maverick. Again, you have been a part of my hangout with Zik Zulu Okafor. He had such important information, as it relates to Nollywood and the struggles of Nollywood and how they're trying to make it better. So that was good to have him on to talk about it. I'm going to have him back. Hopefully the Wi-Fi at his end will be better then. But please remember to subscribe to my channel. This is AMZ TV. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Ameze Superstar. I also have a Facebook page, Ameze. And please keep coming back. I have this different guests coming from Nollywood, and you don't want to miss it, okay? So until I come your way again, be safe, be kind, and be blessed. Take care.